That's a lesson the Savannah School District learned the hard way back in August when they asked voters to approve a 69-cent tax increase. Failed by just 250 votes. KQ2's Madeline McClain found out why school officials voted this week to put that same tax increase back on the ballot in front of voters this spring.
Is good enough really good enough? That's what school officials say is the question for Savannah voters come April. Earlier this year, voters voted down that question here at the Andrew County Courthouse. School officials had asked, will you put more money into Savannah schools? The answer was no. Now that question will be on the ballot again in April. And school officials say this time they need a different answer.
The line that we've heard, or that I have heard a lot, is it was good enough for me. Why isn't it good enough for our students now? You know, we made do, and that just breaks my heart.
Savannah's high school principal says when a proposed tax levy failed at the polls in August, it was crushing. The levy would have generated $18 million for city schools.
As a parent, I want better for my kids. As an administrator, I want better for our students than what I've had.
The school board plans to ask no voters to reconsider.
Every single parent wants to give their kids the moon. And as a school board, we reflect that sentiment.
Saying district-wide, schools need to fix or replace drains, roofs, technology.
We want to expose them to things that they've not ever been exposed to before. The arts, you know, the speech and debate, they deserve all that. They deserve those opportunities and would be better for it.
And that takes space they don't have. This garage is the Savannah High School art room. No running water, so buckets are makeshift sinks. To get into the class, students walk through wood shop. Even with the doors closed, the sounds scream through the paper-thin walls.
And they do great artwork from that space, but they deserve more than that.
For debate choir and theater students like Paige Sellers, the problem is finding practice space.
Choir and band share a room. That may not seem like a big deal, but when there's a bunch of large instruments in the room, it's kind of hard to navigate and get around.
Sellers says no matter what your interests are, sports, arts, tech, even just walking through the halls, Savannah schools barely get passing grades. And even though she's a senior, she says she wants more for her friends and 3 younger siblings.
For my brother, hopefully he'll have a new basketball court to play on. Or my sister, who's way better at music than I am, and she definitely needs a new stage. So it's different things like that for why you should care.
This student, the school board president, the principal, say come April, they hope voters will see what they see.
Good enough isn't good enough.
And this time around, vote yes to more money for Savannah schools. By and large, voters will notice the ballot measure is substantially similar to the first time that this question was asked. The only difference now is that there's a sunset clause, meaning that the tax increase will expire after 10 years. Reporting in Andrew County, Madeline McClain, KQ2 News.